Text it a thing, text it a thing, text it a
Text to
thing,
the
text
thing,
it a
text
thing.
to the thing, text to the thing, text to the thing, text to the thing, text to the thing. He went online and did some things, got some things to shut a place up, got some money for some cured kids now. They don't have to have cancer anymore now. Text to the thing, text to the thing. Oh.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to WBPL 76, legally defined as entertainment.
Somehow.
I am Stormsong, coming at you live from a secret room in the auxiliary. With me are my hosts, Typical, Andy Van and Paladin. Whacker will be here soon. With us today are special guests, Mr. No Talk and the Night Owl. Say hi,
Hello.
boys.
No.
Hi, boys.
Also,
Hi, boys.
Mama Paladin, why am I in the strange room?
I don't know. I pulled on a ripcord and then we appeared here.
Yes. So,
Okay, I was wondering. I
yes.
just sort of stand around and mutter angrily, and sometimes people kidnap me.
This is true.
And I'm here to make everyone in this room question why I am their friend. And why I am in
I
this
do it
room.
all the time.
And,
I do it all the time.
oh yeah, sorry. Audience, are you able to hear that piano?
I heard it.
I can hear it.
Well, we can hear it. I'm not sure if people
mean,
at Streamland can.
Via the stream.
Yeah,
The
Grimby
real
Chan.
stream, not the Discord stream.
Okay,
Okay.
Grimby says yes.
Why all of a sudden? Oh, of course.
Oh,
The big boy
righty.
stream.
All right, chat. I'm going
Okay.
to ask you a question. Is Gremlins a Christmas movie?
At least the first one is.
Legally, yes, it is. It's not a very good one, but it is.
I'm wondering if, for Christmas, do I want to watch Gremlins or Scrooge?
I mean, I'm up for any and or all of the above.
I mean, that depends if you want to be like traditionally Christmassy, or if you hate Christmas and just want something that is technically thematically Christmas.
Well, I've only ever seen Scrooged once.
It was pretty
and
funny.
I
mean-
like the scene where the Reaper opens his chest and like all the little monsters are inside. He's like, ah!
Watch both of them at the same time, but the longer one is slowed down or the shorter one is sped up slightly to match.
Yes. Well, hello everyone, and as I said, this is today we're celebrating our our first annual Christmas and Hanukkah party. In celebration of the money that was raised yesterday.
Yay.
So I decided on this particular special occasion, this day where man opens up to his fellow man and treats them like a fellow traveler to the grave and not some alien creature. And so we're writing a carol.
And I shall open up and give you my heart, but I'm going to need that back.
Peace on earth, goodwill towards man. Fuck around and you'll find out.
There you go.
That's pretty solid. I like it.
I'm not sure the scansion worked on that last line, but we can, it's a starting place.
Songs don't need to rhyme. It's fine.
I didn't say anything about rhyming. I said scansion.
Yes.
Slight but important difference.
We're just starting out with a basic chord progression.
Then it goes into minor.
I mean, knowing you, Storm, you should make something that's pretty much Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Quite
Dude,
possibly.
hell yeah.
That is definitely on the possibilities.
I mean, that would be kind of an obvious place to start.
Okay. There's whatever.
How Storm makes a Hallmark movie.
Wait, I thought we were supposed to not be trying to kill everyone here.
This is the Ox. We can't help it.
I mean,
My
We do
God.
that accidentally all the time, but
We're back home. We're closer to the cringe engine.
We gotta shovel all the cringe into the fire. Let's
It's
go.
like a dirty brass.
all right, fine, I'll get the shovel.
Okay, there we go. That's where I want this going. So, as per last time I did this, you boys keep up a steady stream of consciousness and talk while I get absorbed and ensorcelled in my own art.
That's gonna be a bit hard for me.
Well, okay. Paladin, you do the talking for both of you.
What? No, I'm terrible at that.
Right. Grimby-chan, look, you can do like one of those things, okay? Either T-pose or get shot from orbit by a McKenna-class battleship. You can't do both.
Yes.
That's a lot of kinetic energy going through the atmosphere.
Also just energy in general.
Yeah.
And it's kind
dig
of
it.
hard to T-pose when you are having your component particles fused into white-hot plasma.
Of course you should T-pose. That's
Well, I
what-
guess he didn't want the McKenna class. I see how it is, Grimos.
If you T-pose when that happens, the T stands for Tungsten Rod of God.
They kind of skipped right past that and went to nuclear-tipped missile.
Didn't they say that like they don't think it would work, that the rod would like fold or shit and like mess up?
Well, I think that the tungsten rod, if it had stabilization, it'd be fine. It's not just gonna be a straight up rod, because then yeah, there's no stabilization there. Unless you make it heavier in the front. But then
Oh, I know what
again,
you would do. You would put grooves in it. It would spin as it falls.
That would
so you
help.
need a giant drill bit.
Well, spin stabilizing is a very well proven and time honored way of getting anything to travel in a relatively straight line through a thinner medium such as air. It also works to some degree for water, just not as well. But that's cavitation.
Zero Paladin. We're not gonna go and transport the tungsten rod on a rocket. It's coming from space.
I'm
Well,
sure
the
they
point is,
would-
how does it get to space in the first place? Because you don't
Well,
just
they
find
would probably
big tungsten rods
move it up there in
floating in.
parts.
You could build tungsten from like, well, a tungsten rod from parts that you harvest from asteroids or comets or meteors.
I guess, but then
I
you're
Find it.
putting up a lot of heavy industry into space in order to mine the thing and then smelt and refine and all of that, and then actually manufacturing the rod itself.
Sounds like you have something to say, Andy?
Oh, I was just going to say, like, I wonder how you would do that in a zero gravity environment, if you could at all. You have to have the spin factor going on. You know when they get space stations and they have them.
If you
Taurus or
want
a
just how
Bolo?
you, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of designs out there involving using rotation to create simulated gravity.
Actually, I wonder. Imagine the experiments they could do with smelting under different levels of gravity, like negative gravities and like positive, like twice Earth gravity or something like that. Like, imagine what happens to certain elements or something like. I mean, maybe it'd be the same, you know.
But, I mean, at least in theory, you can get some you can either get some really great improvements over traditional manufacturing methods. For instance, a lot of metal casting, even on Earth right now, actually is done through spinning molds. Just since I know we've got a lot of BattleTech fans. Iron Wind Metals, who had and has been, and still does, make the metal miniature models under license from the various BattleTech rights holders, uses spin molding to do all of their casting. And so they're pouring hot metal into a mold and spin it around really fast to get it to settle in to the right spots.
Also, hello, TK.
Ah, TK. Hello. He always sneaks up on me.
Yeah.
But doing that when you don't have a gravitational field that it's spinning inside of, you could potentially do a lot of interesting things to either remove or add air pockets and other things to change the densities of your actual casting. Because that's actually a long-standing problem with casting a lot of metals, is that you end up with either impurities all collecting in certain spots that you don't instead of being evenly distributed, or you get air pockets that don't work their way out depending on your casting process. Hello, Silicon Soul. You do.
Traditional ox greeting.
Everyone hopping in a circle around you. So yeah, for those of you just arriving, we are composing a Christmas carol in honor of the amount of money that Mr. Tex raised yesterday, and that all of you helped raise.
Also, who's going to do the 5 squats? We've been asked by Hungry Hobo.
Grimos, you are our designated squat doer.
There we go.
I approve.
That's what happens when you're a duke.
Well, he's a self-declared duke. I'm not convinced it actually counts.
I was going to say, did it come from Vendret?
No. No,
okay.
He thinks that Bulk mispronouncing his name counts as being granted a ducal title.
I mean, makes sense. That's pretty much law here in Van Zant. When Bulk makes mistakes, legal precedent is set.
I mean, I'm not a member of the Van Zant Bar, so I don't really know the ins and outs of all of that. So I'll take your word for it.
It's actually been discussed how the ox fits in with people.
Do the thing.
So, what thing?
Storm song. Do the thing.
Which thing?
Whacker, his body is Reggie.
Here. You must summon
He's
forth.
Reggie.
We must hail for the wackening.
Oh, so he is.
Oh.
Whacker, you can't
right,
even follow a
ambushes.
simple instruction. I said Thin Tim's Wheat Farm, not Introvert Room.
Jesus.
Kiss my ass, you
Okay,
bad horse.
present. I will kiss.
Oh,
Don't threaten me. Don't threaten me with the strange time.
I'm gonna call
good job,
you
Ramos.
Ramo.
You might earn that ducal title yet.
Look
Whacker.
at this fucking gaggle of nerds and weird asses.
Grimos, Whacker, and Storm's bickering upon his entry.
Whacker.
What are... Oh, no. What
Yeah.
about games?
We are composing
What about games?
in
This
honor.
is a game of sports.
We are composing a carol in honor of the money that Tex and everyone here helped raise yesterday.
The 41,337 monies.
Which is a lot of bunnies.
Yeah,
much?
it
The
is.
money foods.
Yeah. It's a lot of money for men.
How much did you say?
41,337 dollars.
Oh,
I
you
hope
have
they
a
have
question.
no idea who said it.
You have a question from our lovely audience in chat there.
Hey, SRW Addict, this is FL Studio version 21. It is I'm using the producer edition, so it's a prettier penny than the other versions, but you can get the standard bundle of FL Studio, I believe, for $100 or maybe $200. But it's in the more affordable area than the studio version. Studio version's arm and a leg.
Proof that even Baller Software can't give him any more talent.
Okay, I'm going to just kiss you because you're under the mistletoe right now. Mwah.
Whacker.
Hi.
Anytime one of you highlights your message for 500 goob, it means that Whacker will be under the mistletoe and another host has to kiss him.
Oh,
All right,
What?
fine. I'll get the chapstick out.
Oh, God.
Turns out it's motor oil.
Hey,
Well,
Meat Nick,
it is petroleum based anyway.
we just had somebody subscribe for 12 months. Meat Nicks, thank you.
Who the hell screwed up and did that?
Meepnex. I don't know why they're this sort of crazy, but they are. So.
Did somebody say beef tips? Oh.
Shut up, Andrew.
Oh.
I didn't, but that does remind me I do have like 4 pounds of beef I need to turn into beef tips.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Me.
Mert.
Move over, Arby's.
We
Owl
already
House, the
got it.
meats.
Grimby Chan.
Damn
Grimby
it,
Chan.
Grimos.
Grimby Chan. I don't know why I'm here.
Do any of us truly know why we're
It's
here?
either to abuse us or for us to abuse you. I'm not quite sure.
In my
I
case,
choose the latter.
Yes. Night Owl, the answer is yes.
Probably, yeah.
What? I mean, don't get me wrong, Karas are all good, but what about my waifus and the high wind and stuff like that?
If you squint your eyes and
Waifus,
look
I'm
at
like,
the,
oh, you got Puny Pop, huh?
now you know Whacker, like the creator of Final Fantasy, said not to put in inappropriate mods.
Mm,
What?
Hold on. I think we already have a quote about that.
No. That's not the one you got to worry about. It's I think Oblivion that's got like the variety of dicks mod that you can install.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was the new Baldur's Gate.
I really wish I was joking, but you know,
as someone who's just heard of
Anyway.
this, does Skyrim have that same mod?
probably.
Probably.
I mean, it's
I-
probably not hard to port your Wang collection from Oblivion to Skyrim. You know,
What a day to understand English.
You're welcome.
Oh my god, Hungry Hobo's right. All their faces are shaped like freaking tomatoes.
Yes.
What Elder Scrolls?
In Oblivion, specifically.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that was their first. That's their first time trying to do the whole face thing, you know.
Yeah, and
Face thing.
it mostly worked.
to make them look like tomatoes?
Well, yeah, and you know why they made them look like tomatoes, right? There's one reason for that.
They really
Why?
like tomatoes.
N- n-
You know what? I could see that. Todd Howard is really a fan of tomatoes.
No, it's because the adoring fan had such like a red rosy face that they had to like base everything off of that.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, the Doran fan was actually the first one created, and the
He's
plot
the
line of
first
him,
character.
and they just had to base everything off of him.
Yeah.
Didn't they release like a new update for Fallout 76?
Recently? Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Like
Gloomy
that scene from The Grinch. You're still alive?
Yeah, too bad that's an MMO and it's bullshit. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't
It's not
even
bad.
classify it as an MMO.
I mean, it would be really, really nice if we ever got a sequel to a new installment in the series after
New Vegas.
yeah, New Vegas was a great game, and then a Fallout game and then there was no more Fallout games after that, and I don't know why.
There was a mod that changed up the weapon customization that was really good, but
I mean,
Yeah,
they
Gunrunner's
released.
Arsenal was not bad.
I would argue that them quasi blessing that new London mod for 4 was as close as we're going to get to a new Fallout game for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
2030
I
is the
that,
current
but-
prediction for a new one.
Have they ever fixed that? I heard that it was kind of buggy.
It's more that
It's been
it
patched
got
multiple
broken
times.
by them patching the base game, and then they fix it, and then they patch the base game, and it breaks again.
Yep.
It's really kind of a shame of current day development. Like, I understand going and fixing stuff, it makes sense. But then
fixing
you're going and
outside?
screwing over all these mod creators. Who
Okay,
made-
I can tell you firsthand why this happens.
Money.
I mean that
yes, money.
the short answer is you're not wrong. The short answer is because people think that when you code, you're supposed to sit there and very carefully think through stuff and do stuff very deliberately and blah blah blah, all these other things. And in
Thinking and
reality,
deliberation?
yeah, it's like in reality, people just pound shit out half the time. They don't know what it does, and it's like a house of cards. When there's going to be the inevitable bugs, sometimes you squash one and you create several others because they were dependent on this quote buggy shit working the way it did.
It is a Hydra.
Well, what was that game that had the load-bearing JPEG?
Team Fortress True and its fake.
Yes, that was it. That sort of thing happens way too often, and no one wants to think about it.
Load bearing JPEG?
Yeah,
Like a-
TF2 there's an image file that is stuck just way down in there, and for some reason, if you remove that image file, the game stops working, like permanently. And
Well, there's also I don't remember what it specifically was, but in any version of Oblivion, even like the patched versions and even with like the script wrappers and shit like that, there are these there are like two sectors of the map that if you touch anything in there, it will fuck up the entire game. So there's like this little box of this 2x2 box of sectors that just never get touched because you can if you try to move or change anything, it will crash the game or corrupt your save files or something like that. I don't remember what it is.
Hacker.
there's,
What?
I mean, bizarre stuff like that goes back to before most of us were touching computers.
Yeah,
mean-
except like you and I, Night Owl.
Yes.
You more so than any of us here, Night Owl.
Yes.
Because like, hey, Night Owl, guess what?
What?
You're
Whacker.
the oldest person here.
Of course. Goddamn
Whacker is-
children.
Whacker's the oldest one here.
We're still not going to stop making.
But
Shut up, Andrew.
you know, one of the PDP 10s at MIT. For many years, it just had a switch stuck on the outside of the case that was labeled magic and more magic. No one knows where it came from, why it was there. It was literally glued on. But if you flipped the switch, the computer crashed immediately.
My favorite was the hack F errors.
Oh, yeah.
Halt and catch fire.
Yep.
Because quite literally for people who are watching this, the early mainframes in the, I think it was the 70s?
70s through the 80s, yeah.
Like
Actually, even into the 90s, technically.
I don't think that the system, I think it was like the 3060 series or something like that. But there
That
was
sounds right, yeah. But
Like,
yeah,
you
like
could-
the
you could-
PDPs in the 3060s and all that.
Yeah, if you wrote code in a certain way, you could actually cause the machine to crash, sit there, and it would infinitely cycle and heat up to the point where the CPU
It actually goes even further back than that. Where it started from was the earliest digital printers, where
God. Those things were straight out of the warp. Like,
oh yeah. No, they are horrific demon beast engines. But what would happen is actually just tiny bits of paper and like powder and dust would build up inside them, and the fusing elements would heat up to the point that they would literally catch fire. And So what happened after the
Right.
first few incidents of this, where the printer would stop responding because it had caught fire, they started coding in an error code, halt and catch fire, which was if you lose communication with the printer for a certain amount of time, send this warning because the printer may in fact have actually burst into
The
flames
printer
and someone
is in
should go check
fact
on
on fire.
Yes. And of course, this is back in the days when a computer is only slightly smaller than the building that it's in, and the printer is usually in an adjoining building or at least an adjoining room. Because, dear God, the amount of noise those things made.
Yeah.
And so it was literally to tell the computer operator, because that was a job title at the time, computer operator, to go and make sure that in fact the building wasn't burning down.
Well, to add even more dinosaur into this, the job title of computer was actually very much a thing for
It was.
several, like almost half a century.
Thereabouts, yeah. Certainly a good chunk of the 20th century.
Yep.
And even that was really because they needed a better title than what they had used in the 19th century, which was a sort of generic typing clerk.
Yep.
They did not get a chance to use Mentat.
No, but Mentat didn't really come along until about the time that that job title was falling out of use.
Look. I mean, you could argue that you could probably pump enough caffeine through a person that they might, like a combination of caffeine and Red Bull, that they might become kind of Mentat-ish, but I don't think they're going to survive.
I was gonna say you'd have to really worry after a point, because if their lips start turning blue, that's not because of the stain from the caffeinated beverage. That's because
No,
they're not taking enough
that's
oxygen.
cyanosis.
No, they're just
Yeah.
Okay, explain cyanosis to me.
cyanosis is bluing of something.
Oh, okay.
But it's also one of the signs of, well, several different very, very serious medical conditions that are causing someone to actively die right in front of you.
Let's get Storm some colloidal silver and see if we can turn him into that.
I do not want to be the Silver Man.
Yeah, man.
Well,
that man
that's
that
good
turned
because you won't
blue.
be the Silver Man from Colloidal Silver.
There was that man that turned blue, and they called him Papa Smurf.
Yeah, that's a guy
That's what I'm
who
talking
that was a
about.
guy who took colloidal silver as a homemade health supplement
Oh.
on a daily basis.
Oh, right. I read about him. That didn't end
Yeah.
well.
He was on like
It didn't work, and he died
he
in
blew
like the
himself.
70s.
He blew himself.
Something like that. Yeah, maybe it was the 80s. I forget exactly when, but yeah, he.
it was like
Oh,
night.
he died within the last 2 decades, but he was only in his like 60s or 70s. He did not live that long.
No.
I
No.
mean, it's still impressive that with that level of
Oh yeah, no.
intoxication.
It is amazing that he survived as long as he did. However, it's one of those cautionary tales.
Definitely
I
not.
mean,
This is why
there-
you don't do that.
There were Chinese
happened?
emperors
You're
that thought
stupid.
that there were Chinese emperors that thought that mercury was like the elixir of eternal life.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Spoilers.
Romans
it wasn't.
it's also how we got gunpowder.
No,
Yes.
mercury has nothing to do with gunpowder.
No, the elixir of life, the immortality.
Oh, I mean, a lot of things come from various people who don't know much about chemistry, partly because chemistry didn't exist at the time.
Alchemy.
Trying to find an elixir of life or some great world-changing power.
Turn lead to gold.
I mean, if you ever watched the documentary Full Metal Alchemist, you would know.
I've been meaning to get around to. Wait, no, I
What?
haven't.
The documentary known as
It's
Full
something that the
Metal
kids talk
Alchemist.
about, Whacker. Don't worry about it.
I know it's weeb shit.
You heard it today, folks. Check it off your bingo card. Whacker said weeb shit.
Yeah, but it's not even the fun weeb shit.
Remember, folks, you can still get good glue from bad horses.
Remember, folks, if your old man is bothering you, you can just drop him off in a home in Florida and never talk to him again. I'm sorry, I felt bad about saying that one. Wow. What the fuck, Storm?
No, you didn't.
No,
The angry
I was gonna say something.
is
And
hurting my eyes. Shut up, Grandpa. Ow!
hello, Pistol.
I
6699.
had, to, I had to deal with the anger stand back in World War II.
Uh-oh.
Pala McFalla Waladin.
Hello, Pistol.
Yes.
And also,
What?
like in the documentary Maverick, believe in the heart of the cards.
Cards don't need to circulate blood.
That's true, but we do.
Wait. You sure about that?
Have you
Okay.
ever done surgery on a
Who was the guy from Stargate SG-1 that had the Gould?
Teal'c.
Gil. Yeah, I gotta imagine him saying that like cards do not need to circulate blood.
Good job, Andy.
Congratulations.
Good job, Andy.
Congrats.
Andy, you do good work. You know that?
Oh wait, we're
No,
complimenting
what
Andy
happened?
now?
What did I do wrong?
When did this happen?
I know this is new.
I
We're
am
just shitting
frightened.
on Andy. Come on, man. Do you need a reason to shit on Andy?
No, I don't.
Better
Well,
than me.
probably his consent.
He said, oh, wait, I shouldn't say that on stream.
No, you shouldn't, Whacker.
I shall return. My dinner is here.
On that note, Paladin will be back soon with food.
I'm not gonna be insulted by two old men that drive around a van, but at least Night Owl has like an interesting service with his.
I have a question, but I don't think I should be answered on stream.
I mean, that's fair.
Why are we guitaring now?
Because
Storm?
this will be, as Andy said, a little bit Trans-Siberian.
I was gonna say this is when Will is about to ask. This is when Will is like getting the courage to ask Stacy out to the dance, to the Christmas dance.
Yeah, we're gonna go a little 80s hair on this.
Okay, so the Berlin Philharmonic hires Dave Mustaine. Got it.
I don't know those words, and I do not care.
Philharmonic Orchestra of London, or any other place for that matter,
Wait.
hiring the lead singer / rhythm guitarist of Megadeth.
Hold on, Andy. You know words?
No, he
no.
really doesn't. And if
I
you
was
do
gonna say-
words, it confuses him.
I was gonna say that was concerning.
Random noises, and in the confusion, your brain is trying to make sense of whatever eldritch horrors come out of my mouth.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was
This is what happens
confused
if
for
I
a minute.
don't use enough H.
What in the fuck was that?
That's what happens if I don't use enough H's, Whacker. Pay attention.
God damn it, Whacker.
All right. Do any of you know what Yuzu is?
Yes, it
Why
was
UZU?
discontinued emulator.
So this is something
It sounds
Whacker.
like
This is something I think Whacker will get. That Yeti brings up Trans-Iberian, so we don't get sued. Now I'm imagining Iberian barbarians getting down to trance music just before the Romans invade. Wait, no, the Carthaginians.
I mean,
Why not?
yeah,
What do you have against the Moor Storm?
Nothing.
they're not Moors, they're Iberians.
No, yeah, the Moors would be Numidians at that time.
It's like,
Yeah.
Moors.
I mean, the Moors stuck around for a
Shut
good
up,
while, and they
Doc.
passed through, and they actually did transit the Iberian Peninsula.
That is true, but we're talking before that. We're talking Carthage and
We're
Rome.
talking well before that. We're talking like 600 to 700 years before that.
Yeah, well, fine. If
Come
we're
on,
doing
Night Owl,
that-
you don't remember that?
Well, no, I was in Germania. I was quite happy. No, you're right.
Because the Huns were all like creeping up in our business.
Yeah, but they got really chill once they made it to Ireland.
It was the
Oh,
beer.
wait, wait, what? Is this Storm? Is there some history that I'm not remembering here, or what?
Wait, what did Night Owl say?
We were talking about.
Talking about.
Apparently, the Irish are Hannukah in.
No, they're not. Huns did. There are a small number of Huns that did actually make contact with the Irish Celts, but that was mostly because Irish Celts actually did transit across
the
British Isles and the Channel to mainland Europe.
Yeah, what we call
that, or they took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
That, but we call it Brittany in France.
I thought didn't they like make it all the way down to Turkey before they all got wiped out? Because I know the group that you're talking about.
Yeah, I think they did eventually. I mean, they kind of did get distinct, so not all in one go. Not like the time that they went over to that they had to do kind of a one straight train. Not a lot of stopover points. Oh yeah. Yep.
Storm has no idea what he's doing. He's just whacking buttons.
Silence, Elder Man.
That's all. I really don't. Do not make me do things today.
Yeah, man.
Do things. Do it.
No.
You know you want to.
Do it.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
I have one set of buttons here.
Night Owl, you ready?
What?
Do it.
Fine. Fine. I'm just going to start banning people in chat. But all of you keep saying do it, so the only thing that I have is a ban button. So
okay, so we're going to start with Grimos, then we're going to go to this pistol guy, then we're going to go with
this lacquer guy.
Don't ban Grimos, we need him, and don't ban Pistol. We may not need him, but we like him.
And actually, sadly, Grievous is one of the few people I
Pistol,
can't...
you are expendable. Congratulations.
I'm teasing, Pistol. We love you.
Actually, I did get the ban today. It felt nice.
It wasn't Grimby-chan, obviously.
Well, no. We got a couple of spam bots earlier. And
I mean, the only thing that
the audience did not see them at all. The only people that did were the bots.
Have any of you guys ever had spam?
No.
I don't think I've ever.
No, but I would totally do it because I actually kind of like spam.
Me too. Unironically, like.
Yeah.
The bad part is it's got so much sodium in them that I feel bad eating so much.
Well, that's the reason is so that it is preserved so that it can survive in war.
War! Huh! Good God, y'all, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing at all! It's just like usually greatly advanced technological advancements in like society.
Something.
I actually managed to answer my question.
And Senator Armstrong would say, like, and it's good for spreading money.
It's like butter.
Turns out that Yuzu is a member of the citrus family, native to mainland Asia, primarily in the area around Tibet.
Like a candy bar.
Free Tibet.
I mean, you're gonna get us banned in China, but sure.
Oh no.
Oh darn.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure I've been banned in China like 3 other times. So
It's all right. We're big in Japan.
yeah, works out.
When we did that whole Vocaloid with Whacker, and he had like the anime eyes and the blushing and the hearts coming out, and he was like "ooh goo" and dancing around. We really did good.
Oh yeah.
It was a surprising bestseller.
What? What?
We
It's
turned
okay,
you
we
into
gave
an
you-
anime
we
waifu.
gave you blue hair, and he was actually really, really popular for like 6 months.
Weren't we talking about consent earlier?
Someone was.
Yeah. Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
What?
you only applied it to Andy though. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, Whacker. Human rights were invented before you were born. You weren't exactly grandfathered in.
I mean, he was a grandfather then when Woman was born, so
Night Owl, just remember whenever they insult me like this, start insulting you.
yeah, but they
I
keep
don't think
not saying my name.
I don't think Night Owl adapted that floating ridge on his brow that keeps the rain sometimes. Like
Yeah, mine's much smoother. It slopes into my eyes. It's actually really bad at keeping the rain out.
When we eventually do the WBPL variety show, we're gonna have you do that thing where you turn on the camera, you stick your thumb in your mouth, and you blow really hard, and it inflates that dent in your skull.
I already, didn't I show you the rhino horn I have?
Probably.
I legit put a dent in someone's car because I've got like a weird lump on my head, and I like charged the car and put a dent in it.
Well, you're here to hear
Concerned.
her. You're here to hear her, folks.
I mean, it's
Andy
not
has
as
a
bad
weird
as
head.
this on Whacker's knuckles.
It was the night before Christmas, and all through the screen. Everyone was shitposting.
Whacker, remember to breathe.
No. God damn it.
Chad, give us some O2 warnings for Whacker.
Whacker came from the Quebec area where there's more oxygen in the air. He didn't have to work so hard for it.
Yeah.
Whacker, have you played Subnautica?
Not yet.
Then you have less than 5 seconds of air. Go for this.
I
All right.
Might make it in time before you buy it.
somebody bought me that game, and I have indicated to them my gratitude that I owe them a playthrough, or not, well, playing it so they can watch, because apparently there's like giant fuck off thalassophobia stuff going on in that game.
Is that the one where you're afraid of ducks watching you?
No, that's the one where you're underwater on like an ocean planet.
Oh yeah, definitely
no,
not. Not for
I meant
rail
Horizon.
play.
Yeah, we're gonna stream it for rail. He'll love
By the
it.
way, Night Owl,
Yeah.
how would you like to play a game where you're a police officer and you throw tire strips?
No, I'll trust me. No.
You had fun, don't mind.
For like 2 minutes.
I have better uses for stingers than that.
How about Whacker like a police pullover simulator? No, the radar simulator. You're supposed to like.
It's basically like the mini highway patrol pulling people over simulator. It was a thing.
We discovered the meta. If you just pull everyone over, someone's going to be guilty of it.
Oh, literally, the way to make the most profit in that game is to sidestep literally everyone.
I mean,
Even people that aren't breaking the law.
sometimes they are breaking the law.
Yeah, I know,
I mean,
but most
that,
of the time
that
they're
sounds a
not.
lot like contraband police.
Yeah, it sounds like Detroit. Is what it sounds like.
Look, he pulled that lady over who wasn't speeding, but she had like 3 kidnapped people in the back of the car.
Yeah.
It sounds like Germany in 1990.
No, this is not Stasi Simulator. Also, Andy, have they updated that that game that I got here?
Supermarket Simulator?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have. I haven't played them. I think about playing
Oh no, well, no, in 1990, the police in East Germany, not the Stasi, just the regular uniformed cops, would pull over people with foreign or rental car license plates on any pretext that they wanted, and then claim that there was that the person had to pay a fine, but in order to pay the fine, they would have to go into town and wait possibly weeks for a court hearing so they could pay it. Or they could pay the fine right now in person to them in Deutschmarks.
Didn't they do something different though?
Yes, the point was that they were deliberately extorting foreign currency from tourists and travelers in a currency that was going to actually be worth something in 6 months when the government collapsed.
There's literally nothing I can think of that was in East Germany that I would be interested in seeing. Who do we lose?
Paladin died.
Oh, Paladin.
Oh, he's.
Well, no, but he left a while ago.
I mean, like, he physically left the channel.
Yes.
Does he need back in, or?
He's an AFK.
No, he went to get dinner.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was automatically moved there just now.
Yes.
Well, he's back with us, but he's probably still out getting dinner.
Storm.
Look, I want to hear juicy gossip details from his side of the phone.
And that's when Jonathan told Ricky and Ricky from Marshall.
Is it just
Andy,
me,
stop
or
doxing people.
does Andy sound like he's talking about 20 feet away from his microphone?
He's
I
talking
was
next
going
to
to
it,
say,
then walking away.
I was going to say he sounds like he's talking into a bucket of water in the next room.
Okay, that's even better. We'll go with that.
Night out. I'm putting away my picture.
Andrew,
I am
face
not.
your microphone and get closer to it. You
Posture check,
absolute-
everyone.
What?
Posture check.
Crap posture.
I
Okay.
am reclining.
Good news. My posture remains terrible. I've checked it and confirmed it.
I am reclining.
Well,
I am laid back and at ease.
Right now, my back is where my butt's supposed to be on my chair.
Is it comfortable? Okay.
Whacker's,
That's good.
I have
Whacker's not allowed to sunbathe in his state because every time he does, people think that there's a giant, like, uncooked loaf of yeast and just expanding out in the wild.
Andy, you missed a golden opportunity to make several other references, and you royally fucked that one up.
Okay, why don't you, like, enlighten one of the references?
Well, I would if I could understand what you're saying. You're still yelling into this bucket of water from across the street.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Guys, I'm, like, talking right into the mic.
It doesn't sound like it.
For some reason, the only word of that came through clearly was Mike.
Yep.
I don't know what to say. You know what? I'm gonna press the off with it.
Oh, Andy, check and make sure that you're actually using your plug-in microphone and not the one like built into the laptop.
Ecolia, you take a really big bucket and you open up all those packets of yeast, and then you pour some water in, a little bit of sugar, and then you just sort of leave it there.
Also, hydrate, gyrate.
How is that?
Better.
I just
Substantially better.
that is well, it's clearer, but unfortunately that means that we can hear you now.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why Discord decided to switch my mic.
Because Discord hates me. Which
Well, I understand Discord
I mean,
hates
it's
a lot
not,
of
it's not,
people.
Discord hates a lot of people, but that's
It
why they
hates
have. That's why
everyone.
they have. Yes, but that's why they have all of those servers. It takes you have to have a server for each person so that each server can hate one person individually.
You're a mean one, Mr. Tex. You really like to steal.
I don't think he does. Well,
I mean,
Like,
he likes to rob banks, but that's neither here nor there.
I find it enjoyable that we've been sitting here just yammering on while this talentless hack is sitting here banging away on his computer trying to quote compose something.
I'm hanging out with you guys.
Whacker.
I'm not a talentless hack.
could you like fold up your jealousy and like put it in your back pocket for a moment?
I don't think it'll fit in the back pocket.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably wouldn't fit back there with his self-loathing either.
I mean, at that point we're getting just like a whole like tandem trailer setup going.
Look, man.
Ekoila.
I'm saying yes to that.
Wow. Also, hey, Rupert.
What?
Ah, God damn it, chat. I know I've got a quote about this already.
Are you the keeper of quotes?
No. Yes. Maybe.
I think you kind of are at this point because I seem to remember for like a couple months there, Grimpy Chan was just going out of control and quoting everything, even like inane shit.
Yes, he does that periodically.
You think every once in a while we should have like a quote reading?
I mean, okay, hold on. When did I last update this?
Like we'll play some like Baroque music in the background and like.
Oh wait, how long have we been streaming?
56
Just
minutes.
under an hour?
Yep.
Yeah, so like an hour and 10 minutes ago is the last time I updated this.
Storm.
Yep.
Storm.
Yep.
Storm.
Yep.
Oh right, that's the time that we got Tom to try to commit vehicular homicide.
Storm. What
Yep.
did you get me for Christmas?
I got you these prices!
And what are
Around-
today's prices, Storm?
Today, you can afford Whacker's Dignity for only $99.99.
It's not worth that much.
Probably not.
We're trying.
I mean, actually, that's a pretty good price as long as you're only accepting seashells.
Is that like in Venezuela money or something?
Probably.
Zimbabwe dollars.
It's still in dollars.
Oh, I don't need a wheelbarrow to buy that.
As long as it's in Zimbabwe dollars, fine.
I have posted Wacker's gift from me in our region.
I'm not watching that.
Hello, Rimwood Herald. It is indeed Storm, Andy, Night Owl, Whacker, and one person that's being very quiet because he wants to mess with us, and one person who's being very quiet because they are apparently getting a large sandwich of some description.
Large sandwich. It was a sandwich.
But yeah, for those who've come in since... Oh, yeah.
What?
Ah, there he is. Yeah, for those of you who've come in since we started, we are working on a Christmas Carol in honor of the cancer-fighting shenanigans of yesterday's stream, and the fact that this community managed to raise, at this point, over $41,000 for St. Jude's.
41,000 money.
Yes.
You can almost buy a car with that.
That's not Zimbabwe dollars either.
It's money foods.
No, it's American dollars.
Yes.
It's Wulong.
Freedom dollars.
Cabbage, lettuce, clam, coconut, dinero.
I almost had a joke, and then I realized I shouldn't say it on stream.
Good, but
Whacker.
No.
Hey, look,
It would actually murder me that time.
there's a Wilbur in chat.
Oh my god.
It's Wilbur. Oh.
Oh my.
A horse is a horse, a horse, a horse. Have you ever heard of horse? All right, so we all know that Andy's just going to sit there and cry into his pillow on Christmas. What's everybody else doing?
Wow.
Oh, that's an upgrade for me.
Oh,
I'm gonna spend some time with my family again. It'll be pretty good.
yay!
Yes.
It's his mommy's birthday.
Although it does remind me, I need to find someone to see about hijacking a chat channel somewhere that is totally not the aux to stream a seasonally appropriate film in a completely legal manner.
Yes.
Cough, cough, cough.
Well, legal isn't really our concern so much as
Completely legal manner.
yeah, so much as we are concerned about Discord getting up its own ass about you can't use YouTube on Discord unless you're using the feature.
Storm, shut up. It's completely legit.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's stupid.
Okay, everybody behave. Mom's here. Hi, Cookie.
Hi, Cookie.
Hi, Cookie Mama.
Hi.
But Paladin's already been in here.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
For those who aren't in the joke,
That would
the
be
joke
sick.
is Paladin is my quote mom and Whacker is my quote dad.
No, he was born from my skull like Athena from Zeus.
No, that was not how it was. It was a beautiful birthing experience. There was lots of screaming and.
Because he was born from my skull like Athena from Zeus.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that now. Also, I heard for Christmas they might actually let no talk in the house.
I don't have to spend it out on the doghouse in the doghouse.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
Now I have to
There's
figure
that
out,
little dance the dogs do when they're about to die. They're like, yeah.
now I have to figure out which Persona game I was playing when I said that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
Weed a tree, Night Owl.
Yes.
Hey,
You are guilty of
you.
this.
Accepted.
No, I'm not. You guys have
you
been
are.
trying that. It's not
Whacker.
working.
Whacker.
What?
Should I tell you what I was doing to kill time
No.
before before stream started?
No.
Okay.
Do it. 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 Do it.
Oh, you're back. No, first you have to tell us what sort of sandwich you have.
It was a chicken sandwich.
Oh. Any cool toppings or anything?
No, it was pretty basic. It was just a Culver's chicken sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's what our stepkids like for getting dinner going out. So I just deal with it.
I mean,
Yeah.
that still sounds better than what I usually get for chicken sandwiches. Or oh, now I need to find it.
So
there was a-
I
was
had,
a, Carry on, Whacker.
No, go ahead, Niall. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, there was a British guy who randomly became a celebrity in Japan because his wife made a series of videos of him making incredibly dry ham and cheese sandwiches. He was just this like middle-aged not middle-aged, he was old retired guy, is just making the most incredibly British ham and cheese sandwiches imaginable. And it, for some reason, became very, very popular in Japan, to which people were building entire philosophies around these things. Like, his sandwiches are symbolism for the meaninglessness of life, the dry desiccation of our decay. Like, wow.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
There is something both incredibly Japanese and incredibly British about that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I am still quite proud that I managed to horrify a sandwich maker in England with how incredibly boring my sandwich was. Would you like to know the recipe?
No.
Actually, now I'm morbidly curious.
No.
It can't be
Do
worse.
you want to build a sandwich?
Does it involve peanut butter and spinach?
No,
Ooh,
Is
no,
it-
it does not.
Is it just bread, meat, then other bread?
Almost, yeah.
Is it bread? The concept of meat and bread?
No, there is in fact actual meat. It's slice of white bread, diced boiled chicken, little bit of salt, little bit of pepper, and then other piece of white bread.
Wow.
Night Owl, who hurt you?
That's
Wow,
worse than the
there's like a
British.
really, really, really long list.
And now for Christmas therapy on the Storm Song Show.
Not again.
Christmas sandwich therapy.
I mean, let's see. Could probably start with Ronald Reagan and the Stasi. And then sort of work our way up from there.
Okay.
Ronald Reagan, Reagan smash.
Come on, Khrushchev. Tear down this wall.
I actually really do need to find where that bag is now.
The bag of gummy bears?
No, the bag of wall bits.
Oh, that's cool.
Harvested them myself.
Huh, that's even cooler.
For those of you in the audience who are too young to know what any of that refers to, because you're goddamn children.
Damn children.
Indeed. There was a thing called the Berlin Wall. It was both a physical and a metaphorical barrier between two halves of the city. It was put up by the Soviets in order to isolate and control a puppet state that they put together out of their occupation zone following World War II.
Which became East Germany.
Yes, and the GDR, which is the
GDR und DDR.
yeah, and then
Deutsche
in
Demokratische Republik. Das war nicht.
Republic.
Das war Communists.
Yes.
As fuck.
Yep. And then in early November of 1989, the wall, quote unquote, fell because a very flustered party spokesman was not given the proper briefing before he went to do a press conference on new policy changes. And he accidentally announced that all of the border crossings were being opened immediately, so that people, for the first time, in decades, could travel without restriction between East and West Germany.
That is probably something that he should have reviewed beforehand. Not to say that it was a bad thing, but
Living in hindsight, I think it was a good idea.
oh yeah,
I mean, ultimately, it was a great thing.
An ultimate Stanislav Petrov moment.
Kind of, yeah. Well, I mean, the ultimate Stanislav Petrov moment is the actual Stanislav Petrov moment.
Okay, how about the penultimate?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, you forgot the most important part. David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, he did the thing with SpongeBob and Patrick with the crown.
I really
Goddamn
wish
children.
I could just delete the last 3 fucking minutes from my brain right now.
You're
God
welcome.
damn it.
Also, I did not realize this until reading about it much later. Do you know, like, how much, like, actual consternation and concern there was about Germany reunifying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
apparently, both England and France were, like, fairly substantially skeptical and kind of against it.
Yeah. Most of Western Europe was varying degrees of cagey, concerned, or like outright opposed.
I mean, it couldn't have anything to do with there being 2 separate world wars that happened.
Fool me once,
during
shame
that
on
period
me.
of time.
I mean, that was actually the reason behind initially not admitting them to NATO, even though NATO was technically assuming responsibility for their territorial integrity.
Hmm.
It was a whole thing.
Well, the German economic miracle and all that was a direct function of like the Iron Curtain and the Cold War starting.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that particular German economic miracle, they've had a few in the late 20th century.
Yes, I'm talking about the
Yes.
the extremely rapid post World War II rebuilding.
Yes,
Which
yes.
also
the
unfortunately resulted in
1950s through 60s one.
Yes, which resulted also in apparently a lot of former people that probably should have been not a part of things were kind of let off the hook and allowed to remain part of things, and
Why is there a paperclip over here? area?
You know what? I don't know. Let's just gloss over that one.
Yeah.
Let's just put it in the big pile of things that the CIA would prefer we not talk about.
This big pile of office supplies.
Yeah.
Also, before we change topic, I would like to say that in my kitchen for all of my life, there has been souvenirs from my dad's trip to Germany, and I don't know when exactly, but maybe early 90s, 80s, late 80s.
Well, because early 90s and early 80s are very, very different times.
I know. I just know he went there, and that was pre-children. Because he has a box of a piece of the Berlin Wall.
I mean, we actually have in New York City, there is actually a piece of the Berlin Wall that you can go visit.
Huh. Really?
Yeah. It's outside of what was at the time, I believe it was the the North American headquarters of Lufthansa.
Huh. That's neat.
So if you're just walking around sort of North Midtown on the west side, you can just wander right into this the courtyard outside this big office building, and there's just a chunk of the Berlin Wall just standing right there.
I wonder how many people just have a piece of the Berlin Wall on a dresser or in their garage or something like that.
Oh, there's a fair number of people. There's an even larger number of people that have something that was sold to them or a relative as a piece of the Berlin Wall.
That are people who don't or think they have a piece of the Berlin Wall but actually don't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's right up there with the number of the finger bones of saints floating around Europe.
Yeah. Or number of pieces of the Shroud of Turin or
the True Cross or
any number of things that are just old random bits of wood, cloth, or rock.
Favorite Ignatius Loyola quote might also be a Martin Luther quote, but there are enough pieces of the True Cross in Europe to build a cathedral.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Time to open the box of defunct currencies.
All right. I believe I'm going to hop off and go do other things at this point. I'm just showing up to see what you crazy, insane autists are doing.
Or insane crazy.
Yes. And for those who don't know, Walker just said he's tired of being annoyed by me.
You don't have to say the quiet part out loud.
But we can. But Whacker, that's why we have microphones.
And Whacker discovered the greatest mistake that was made.
And that was the true meaning of Christmas.
Let's see.
Whacker's dignity shrunk 5 times that day.
Can't shrink what doesn't exist.
Ah!
Whacker, here's 200 lira. 200 Italian lira from 1979.
I'll go buy something nice for yourself.
Yeah, get like 3 more of those and you can buy a pack of gum.
Hell yeah. I thought lira was Turkish.
There's a Turkish lira and there was an Italian lira.
Huh.
Don't you
Up
love
until they joined the
Eurozone?
Eurozone. These are from 1979 and 1976 and are marked Repubblica Italiana. So I'm pretty sure they're not Turkish.
Did you get those from Tifa when you went to the Senate hearing?
No, actually, I got them as
You
change
met
for
Senator
buying gum.
Tifa? Tell me,
It's quite a shame she got stabbed.
yeah. Also, wait, wrong.
Ah.
No talk. Paladin, give your child a spanking right now. Not the
Are
fun
you kidding
kind.
me? This is chaos. This is how he was raised.
Ugh. All right, I am logging off. I am going to go do other things. You guys get to listen to the horse quote make. I'm doing the air quotes music here.
Silence, mortal. Being so
Yeah,
mean today.
God, what is the? This may be my last. Yeah, this is going to be my last appearance on stream for probably the rest of the week, I would say.
But not the
Because-
rest of the year.
Next Monday.
Hmm.
Because I'm not on anything on Monday. Tuesday is Crispy and Will, but that's also Christmas Eve, and I'm not going to be around on Christmas Eve.
Understandable. Wilfred's trying to
And
call you out. He's saying you're gonna go to bed.
no, I am visiting family, you nincompoops.
So you're going to bed in someone else's house.
Whacker walks in. They're like, "Hey, Whacker!" They try to hug him, but he just brushes past him and goes straight to a bed. Pulls the cover over himself.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Bet
that's
you nice
that's like
work.
one of the best ways to do traveling.
Dysfunctional. No, I do not have a dysfunctional family.
Oh, well, what are you doing here then?
I figured I would get on stream and yell at you bastards for a little bit.
Yeah, I finally get to see you.
Oh, so we're your dysfunctional family. I got it.
No, I mean, yes. Again,
Nope.
Night Owl, you're saying the quiet part out loud.
All right, fine. Fine. You don't have to
Damn
do
it.
sensitivity training this week.
This week, huh?
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, man. God, you have like the world's best saved your bacon so many goddamn times. Like, I'm doing sensitivity training. Autistic science officer. I'm not gonna worry about the pilot shit.
Oh my god.
I will go to bed comforted every night by the image of your character with duct tape over the visor of his space helmet.
Well, now I
Look,
kind of
man.
wish I could read Yugoslavian Cyrillic.
What's that? Yugoslavia Skrillex? Okay.
Well, okay, fine. Do that then.
All right. I am logging off. You guys have a good one. For everybody else, I will most likely not be back
Whacker.
until. What?
Night Owl, you go first.
What?
Or, you know, Mosey. I don't know.
Wait.
Bitch.
I was trying to distract everyone while you ran away.
Alright,
Obviously, it
what I
didn't
wanted to
work
say.
because you just hung around here acting all confused. So
Well, it's because no talk is being a bitch is what's going on.
No, you bitch.
You tried
Bitch.
to you tried to ninja smoke ball, and then it all cleared out, and you're still fucking here.
Yeah. So you know what the most important part about all this is, right, Paladin?
What?
Smooth whacker. God.
All right, so we're gonna take a short bio break. And celebrate that the Wicked Witch is dead. No. And you guys entertain the audience while I am losing and gaining hydration rapidly.
Are you
Well,
gonna potty like a big boy?
Why, yeah.
our
Oh.
punching bag just left.
Yeet!
Well, that one did. We still got Andy for some reason.
Andy is a delightful part of this streaming network.
And I am not.
This is my first time on stream on the WBPL.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Ah. Cookie is reminding us that Tuesday things are being taken over. What, pray tell, is being taken over, Cookie?
Is the insurrection happening?
Possibly.
The Ox?
Oh my.
No, I don't. I think we planned that for Thursday.
Ah.
It's always a Thursday.
Boxing Day.
Hey, another 200 lira. We'll put that in the pile. That way, if I ever go back in time, I can buy gum.
Hell yeah.
So I think
It's
the
actually
question
really
is,
good
Cookie,
gum.
what is taking over this channel? Who is taking over this channel?
Okay,
I am?
so if I read it backwards, this channel is being taken over Tuesday. Mary Crim, later whackered.
Mary Crimp.
You see, and then she just leaves us in the dark like this.
Cookie,
I
Cookie, if this involves Swedish robots, blink twice. If the Swedish robots are holding you hostage, blink 3 times.
oh shit. I forgot the name of that game.
Cookie, I can't find the stick around. I am in my house where there are no sticks around.
Oh, and we've got a Whirlin in chat. Come on, chat, you have to entertain us. No, Nermedia, that is absolutely the name of it, but well, I don't even know where I was going with that, or if it was even a joke.
I would like to ask, what was the last video essay on YouTube, or I guess any other video platform that you've watched that you really enjoyed?
Video essay.
Yeah.
Specifically
I
video
like
essay.
watching- What's that?
I return.
Specifically video essay.
A video essay, I would say, is like I would say it's not mainstream. Like someone, like an essay is someone explaining something.
A video essay is essentially like when you see those things where somebody does a full, college-style essay about a subject, like, let's say, a video game, or the lore of a setting, or something like that. Or it
Or
could
how
be...
something's done, or a concept.
Yeah, and then they, it becomes long-form content. So, like,
I guess technically what text does is technically a video essay, but it's like very high, high production.
text would be on the, like, extreme end of video essay power.
I watched one recently on like what is the ultimate monster. It's very interesting.
I think I saw
Probably
parts of
the
it.
first of a multi-part series on the history of Finnish armored warfare.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
See?
Also, I just found 2 shillings.
Nice. I think
Now the
last
question
one
is,
that
which
I've
shilling?
watched. It was if you ever heard of Bobby Broccoli, I've been watching ones on him talking about fusion power and basically how the idea of like room temperature fusion kind of sprang up and died in the mid 80s to beginning of the 90s.
What is cold fusion anyway? Like, what am I like not understanding about this? Like,
As I understand it, normally fusion requires a very, very large amount of energy to get started. And then after that, it theoretically becomes self-sustaining once it reaches a certain energy threshold. Because basically you need everything to melt and fuse into a plasma. And so theoretically, cold fusion is a way of achieving fusion without requiring that massive amount of initial energy from an outside source.
I thought it was because of literally because of the temperature.
Well, that is part of it, yes. It's that you somehow achieve fusion without needing an external power source to give you this going from like room temperature ish to like heart of the sun.
yeah,
I was going to
guess
say,
instead of needing a celestial body to start it, you just need like flip the switch.
Yeah, more or less. That you can achieve stable fusion at a temperature that does not require you to ignite the atmosphere.
do you remember the Spider-Man movie with Doc Ock? The power of the sun in the palm of your hand.
Oh,
Yeah,
that one, the one with Alfred Molina.
Yes,
Yeah,
he was fantastic.
Okay.
He was fantastic.
It took me a minute because there's
okay. I have a theory, like a creative theory on the Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire specifically Spider-Man movies.
Go ahead.
Been,
And I
okay.
guess some of the other ones. Like, I feel like that every villain has some form of multiple personality disorder.
Kinda, yeah.
Some of them more literally than others, but
mean,
yeah,
Green
quite a
Goblin
few of
literally
them do
did.
have some sort of disassociative thing going on.
Because I swear the tentacles from Doc Ock were like talking to him.
Oh yeah, they were
There definitely
they were
have been versions of it where there were the robot arms or appendages had some sort of AI thing that became its own sort of person after a
The
fashion.
only villain in that series that I can think of that didn't have some sort of like multiple personality disorder, in my opinion, was Sandman.
Yeah, he was pretty stable. Let's see.
Till the end. Till the end.
Well, I mean, mentally,
Yeah.
he was okay. Mentally, he was definitely insane, but he was stable.
Yeah.
If you can understand the distinction, he was
Yeah.
very much not normally functional, but his mood, personality, etc., was pretty stable and or stayed the same day to day. Whereas people like the Lizard had a tendency to have their perfectly normal, everyday human self, and then the I'm a giant monster, kill everybody.
I didn't actually watch that one particular Spider-Man. I was thinking specifically to Tony Maguire, but
Oh no, I mean the Lizard was primarily from the late '90s, early 2000 animated series.
oh. Yeah.
Oh, he did appear in one of the more recent live action movies, didn't he?
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it was the one before the guy that played not Shocker, the lightning bolt guy.
I think that was Shocker.
Yeah.
I think it was like a really bad dress up of Shocker to make him
No.
actually.
Shocker is like the guy that wears the kilt, the quilted armor, and is usually like his usually
Yeah.
considered like his
No,
weakest.
I mean,
opinion.
okay, so the comic book version and the animated series version of Shocker, yes, he wears the quilted armor and fishnets and has some sort of weird machine glove thing that he uses. He did appear in one of the more recent live action movies where they made so many changes to his appearance, power set, and personality, and they never actually referred to him by name. But he was supposed to be Shocker.
He was the one with the vulture.
Yes, I think he was in. I think it was that movie where he was one of the Vulture's henchmen.
Yeah, I'm talking about the guy that had like the star mask.
The Star Mask.
Like in the comics, he like wore a green suit and had a star mask, and his powers were
He's one of the
electricity.
boys.
But
Oh no, that's Electro.
yeah, Electro. Like yeah,
No, Shocker
Electro-
was the yellow and brown guy with the fishnets.
yeah. Electro in the movies, like he didn't have multiple personalities. He just kind of went. I mean, he kind of was a little unhinged to begin with, but
Well, yes. I mean, pretty much every Spider-Man villain, like pretty much every Batman villain, is suffering from some sort of really, really severe psychological problem.
better watch out. Don't get me and Storm started on Batman villains. We'll go for hours.
No, I
You
leave
can only
that
be
to
crazy,
Wacker and
people.
King's Row and Will. That's
Half of it will be talking about Mr. Freeze.
Usually, yeah.
Andy and I are definitely part of the Mr. Freeze is the best villain ever fan club.
Hey, it's time to kick some ice.
I'm actually not a fan of the Arnold Schwarzenegger one.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger one was at least funny.
He was funny.
Although that movie was terrible for many other reasons.
Oh yeah. I really didn't like after Batman Returns. I really didn't care for. And to be honest, if I knew how like the Penguin is normally portrayed, I probably wouldn't have liked the second one. But after that, it's like all the villains are almost the exact same. Just like some aspect of a Joker-like character, but like Two-Face and the Riddler, they, in my opinion, were almost like the same character, just batshit insane, hopping around.
There are a lot of pants on head crazy, just dancing around, giggling madly, and murdering everyone.
And I heard that they were basing that off of the old Adam West stuff. Like I like my villains from the animated series. Like they had depth. Like geez Louise.
You know, the Adam West series had some good points. You just had to accept that it was intended to be campy.
Oh yeah, it was campy. It was campy and
Hey,
good
there's
fun.
another 5 shillings. Wrong type of 5 shillings, but still 5 shillings.
Two-Face had
Get rid of a bomb.
They all had like a. You almost felt bad for almost every villain except Joker. He.
Actually, there were moments where you could feel bad for Joker, but they weren't frequent.
I think the Joker is probably the best example of chaotic evil I can ever think of.
I could see it.
A completely different topic. Can any of you explain to me why the Belgians named their currency the franc?
Because Germany used to be called Franconia, or East Franconia, whereas West Franconia is what we would come to call France. However, because France began to delineate itself as almost more of a Roman nation, even though, strictly speaking, it was a Germanic people that were emulating Latin, the ones in, quote, East Franconia maintained specifically Germanic in their speech. And so eventually, being called the Germanic speakers, roughly speaking, would become called Germany. As a result, the term franc, which was often also used to refer to coins used by either of the Frankian nations, would pass down over time. The other term that would be used was something like gil, gilda, etc., which was for gold.
Well, that was the Dutch, if you want guilders.
Well, yeah, what I'm saying is these are terms that ancestrally were used in a lot of places and then narrowed down to where they're used today.
And you have to remember, Holland is also right there in that small area nearby Belgium. So
Yes, they in fact are
Yeah.
directly adjacent and very awkwardly commingled at some points.
yeah,
There's at least one town where they have like specific paving stones that are in a different country. Because some bizarre series of ancient medieval treaties, or rather an overlapping series of them, split up the land between nobles of the differing kingdoms, or principalities, I guess it would be. And then that got fragmented between different families, and they migrated back and forth between the different principalities and whatnot. To the point that it's now like someone's house is literally straddling, people's houses are literally straddling the borders.
I mean, there
So
are
how does that
cities
work?
like that in America, on both sides, north and south.
I was always wondering why in the Perot shows they would call him Frenchy, and he's like, "I'm not French, I'm Belgian." And I'm like, "Isn't Belgian in Germany?" And I'm like,
No,
"How do you
and
confuse?"
actually the Belgians tend to get really, really annoyed if you tell them that they're part of Germany. They kind of had a whole thing.
Well, okay, so
Well,
not
they're-
Germany,
a
but
couple of times.
not Germany, but Germania, like the wider pan-German people groups.
Well, this is when I was a kid, and I probably didn't understand a whole bunch of things. I thought because of probably
If you actually ever see what was the one that was made from the first story, the something or other at ah, somebody, the one where they are supposed to have him originally meet Captain Hastings. His first case in England. The something at something hall. One of you has to know this.
That I cannot say.
I'm not familiar with
Well,
the
anyway,
series.
the it's not the first one that they actually made, but in terms of continuity, it is the earliest one in terms of setting, and it is Captain Hastings coming home from the front in World War I and meeting Poirot when Poirot is leading a group of Belgian refugees who have settled in England during the war, because Belgium is being occupied by the German Empire. And Poirot and some of his friends who were loyal to the Belgian crown fled to England. And that's basically the way the episode opens.
That makes sense.
Whereas, what's his name? The actor from Red. Oh, hello, Mad Ducks. How are you?
If you want to,
John Malkovich. John Malkovich did a Poirot story recently with I know. Sorry, Stormsong, go ahead.
oh, it's quite all right. You were mid-story, so I am interrupting. But Mad Ducks, are you anywhere where you could jump in to the WBPL 76 room in the Aux? Because we are doing a music stream, and you are one of my dudes for music stuff.
Gordon, we are not the Russian 2nd Pacific Fleet. Oh, that is unfortunate, Mad Ducks. We will find some way to Shanghai you later, I'm sure.
Yes.
We will remember you.
Hey, that's another 10 shilling. From yet a different country.
Yes.
I just finished a beverage. So thank you, Chocobo. But I'm gonna sit out. Does someone else want to do water break?
Yeah,
Enjoy
I can do
your
that. I
rest.
still have some more of this lime and yuzu sparkling water.
I got water in my ramen I just made.
Slurp it.
Well, yeah, slurp some ramen there.
Slurp the
Yes.
ramen
It's
juice.
still like steaming hot. I gotta like let it cool down.
Slurp The ramen.
Well-
Don't actually
That's
do
one
it.
thing I love about cold weather. It's like it's soup time.
Dude, yeah.
Hey, if Goat was here, I'd have to ask him how much, what I could buy with 75 centavos.
Gentlemen, I want to give you the strangest thing I've done by accident in 10 minutes. Distortion harp.
What?
That's kind of cool.
I will make something with that later.
A little discordant, but pretty cool.
Ducks. You have to send us pictures of Blanket Kitten. You have to send us photos of the kitten being all snuggly in a tiny blanket.
My black kitten.
This is required.
Black kitten Binksy actually joined me in the bed last night.
Most adorable.
You can
For the
also
longest
get.
time, she wouldn't join me in bed like with Tiger. I don't know if it was some kind of. I don't know if like Tiger was like, no, I'm the only one that could sleep with them at night. But last night she was snuggled next to me, and I was very happy.
Storm, you got a suggestion from Mad Ducks in bold in the stream chat.
Pull the highs on the... Okay, yep. That actually is good advice. That's in the mixing phase, we're still composing, but it would be good.
Well, the good news is, if I ever find myself in 1990 again, I have... let's see... 9 marks.
You can also find a hoodie that has a pocket for cats, so you can carry them around.
Oh,
my
that
God,
is
cat
very
pocket
important. Ah, thank you, Ducks. Excellent. Very good.
Oh no, UNC just gave me a terrible idea. Oh, also, hi Zion Zeke. Assuming I'm pronouncing that right. Everyone hit him with all those exclamation marks. Yes. But yes, for those that don't know, Mad Ducks is the other, well, one of the other sound engineers in the Legion. There are like 4 of us?
At least. It's kind of strange how many you guys have.
It is a soundful group.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh. Oh, good. Yes, that's the right kind of mark.
What's a programming sock?
Ah,
Yes. Very long
I know what
socks.
this is. Yeah, thigh-high
No.
socks
No.
with strips.
Is Gordon being naughty again?
Gordon is being Gordon.
No, Cookie. He does not need a timeout, just a,
A smack
finger
on the
wag.
PB.
No, Storm, that is a timeout.
Oh, okay.
I mean, at least that's how I interpret it when you tell me to do that.
Oh,
Burp
okay.
time.
Smack him on the pee-pee.
I mean, also, wait. I really should be keeping the pounds separate. Those are at least theoretically negotiable currency.
And Gordon, in answer to that question, there are several.
We love you, Gordon. Okay, so I'm going to share a silly Gordon story with you all that made me giggle my pants off. And Gordon, I truly have to thank you for this moment, but I have to set the stage here. So we're going to take a brief pause from the music, and we're going to save here. So, a few days ago, me and some other Legionnaires. I will leave them unnamed because, honestly, this was just a hilarious scenario, but I don't know who all feels what about this story. But one of the other Legionnaires is clearly having just a terrible day. And he is, being snippy with me and the other Legionnaire about, like, we're playing Helldivers. He's like, maybe you should, like, do this and do this. Like, he's playing it very pro-gamerly. And I could tell he was in a bad mood, so, I was just going along with it, even though I tend to treat Helldivers...
gamer words?
No, not like that. Like, when he gets,
No. Hold on. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So when, he was clearly getting more and more irritated, and he was having some kind of bad day. I don't know what it was. And so then Gordon ends up being our fourth player, linking in through one of the other Legionnaires. And it just keeps escalating. This other Legionnaire is having a really bad day. And Gordon is clearly newer to Helldivers. He's like level 11. The rest of us are, 50, 80, 100. And right as we're about to load into the ship, Gordon does the thing that everyone does it, where we throw, the bomb at the end and then try to jump onto the ship. But he doesn't time it correctly because you really should wait till the other 3 people are on the ship. It should be literally the last thing you do. And the Sief artillery comes down and blows all 3 of us up, and Gordon's the only one that extracts successfully. And I am sitting there trying my hardest to not bust out laughing because I know how angry that other Legionnaire is. And both me and the Legionnaire that weren't angry are like trying our best because we're just like, let's be gracious. And so, and the guy, very much to his credit, because again, he's a really good guy. But he was having a bad day, so he's like, all right, gentlemen, I'm going to go to bed. You all have a good day. Oh, don't be sorry, Gordon. It's Helldivers. But no, it was just that perfect moment of like, new players. I love it. Yeah. Because Helldivers is about chaos. Helldivers is yes and with body bags.
Oh. Wait. That's more Eisenhower.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Like, I think in that same session, I with other players, I ended up shooting, in a later game, I ended up shooting Tim the Grim several times by accident, and got to hear escalating volume of various Polish swear words.
Those are always good.
Thank you for subscribing, Gurkanov.
Haha!
Yeah, I always see you playing Helldivers, but it's always 4 of 4.
Yeah, well, I'm usually the 4th player. Like, I end up finding a group that's filling up.
Do you want to play some Helldivers tonight, No Talk?
At some point.
Hell yeah!
That or Division 2.
And we've got a first-time chat. Gurkanov.
Welcome to WBPL 76, legally qualifying as entertainment. I am the host, Storm Song, of this particular show. We are a variety show and the streaming arm of the Black Pants Legion. There are several other hosts here, including my co-hosts here, Andy and Paladin, and then 2 guests from the auxiliary, Night Owl and Misfit.
Whoa! 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 Mr. No Talk, let's get it right. Storm Song, Bad Horse.
Wait, who did I say?
You said Misfit.
Oh my god! Sorry.
Kiss.
Also, hi, if Misfit's out there, hi, Misfit. Sorry, I'm mixing up my M names. I really didn't mean to confuse your name, Manglex. You're a good guy. Anyways.
How to make glue from bones.
You don't have to be salty about it. Seriously, Markiplier, don't be salty about it.
Let's see. Oh, right. John Malkovich did a version of Poirot, did a version of the ABC Murders. a few years ago, where they did a very different take on the character's background and history, and what he did during the war.
Oh, did they still keep it during the same period that the character was initially?
Yes, it was still roughly the same time period, roughly the same age range and everything as the David Suchet TV series. But they drastically changed his background. So instead of being a former police officer who had gone into sort of private inquiries, as the term was at the time, and then escapes to England during the war, he it's a very, very different. I don't really want to spoil it because it is quite good. It's just very, very different from what people are used to with the David Suchet series.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very different take on why he is neurotic and has all these fixations and this desperation to save lives and avoid violence and bring about justice. Which the recent Kenneth Branagh films also took a very different tack and a very different gave him a different background to explain why he was the way he was. And that one, since it happens right at the beginning of the movie, it's not really a spoiler, but they actually change the timeline somewhat so that he's like 20 years or so younger than he is in the original stories and the David Suchet films, where he's actually a soldier during the war. And he successfully predicts a change in the weather that will allow his company to attack successfully, and they manage to do it using his advice with 0 casualties, and they take the objective. Cookie Mama, this is Poirot, Hercule Poirot, the Agatha Christie Belgian detective with the little gray cells.
My grandfather used to watch that show on PBS all the time. So
I loved it.
Yeah, and I love that opening.
Yes,
I need to watch more of that one you showed me. English one with Australian, I guess. The lady detective.
Oh yes, Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries.
Yes, those ones. The 3 you showed me were really good. It's all the comfort of English lady novel with, or all the joy of an English lady novel with all the comfort of a butler with a giant shotgun.
Yes, it is. That is a fantastic series as well. Very interesting take on the sort of 1920s lady adventurer, Agatha Christie style private detective / busybody socialite sort of story framing. For those of you who are not familiar, Miss Fish, the titular character, Miss Fisher, inherits a British noble title as part of the aftermath of World War I, where she is this very much free-spirited, flapper, adventurous type, much the horror of her more respectable relations and society in general. And she returns to Australia after the war and finds herself incredibly bored with socialite things and being a respectable lady, and decides, after getting caught up in a murder case, that she wants to be a private detective, much to the consternation of the local police and the great amusement of the communist cabbies and odd jobbers that she picks up as her body men and occasional assistants. And much to the alternating consternation and great amusement of the butler that she hires, who takes the job thinking that she will be a sedate society lady. And instead, he, at one point, has to break out what he calls the armory, which is a selection of firearms that he acquired from unknown and unnamed sources. But definitely a lot of war surplus.
Yes. That is also just one of my favorite tropes, is the crouching butler secret Navy SEAL badass.
Yes.
Ah, like Alfred.
Alfred, not Sebastian himself in Black Butler, but the entire waitstaff, who all appear like really incompetent servants, only until you realize they're all like war veterans that are there basically as secondary bodyguards.
Well, except for Finney.
Yeah. Well, he was an experiment, but
Yes, Finney is very different.
Well, there's also, I think his name is Sebastian in Big O as well. He was like Alfred, but with an eye patch and a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
I think they're also called like battle butlers, or
Yes. No, Battle Butler is a different thing.
but this is just a trope of the butler secretly a badass.
Yes.
And there is some historical foundation to it, because a lot of times when like a nobleman returned from war and he had a commoner friend or a lesser nobleman who didn't have much inheritance, or someone who was down and out after the war, they would take them in as their family's staff and eventually butler. So many butlers often were combat-capable men.
Also is very frequently, because noblemen were automatically officers.
Yeah, very typically
by
the case.
default, they would have a batman, which was their personal servant who looked after their clothes, tent, and various accoutrements. Essentially, their butler or valet, who would follow them through the war. And so that person technically did and did not hold a military rank, and were and were not part of the army officially. They were the officer's personal servant.
Walter from Helsing is another good example, and then the one that came to mind was, I can't remember his name, but in the Tomb Raider movies, her butler in that.
Jeeves, I think.
Yeah.
if you've watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Grandpa caught, he was a Batman for what turned out for like the candy man, or the guy that owned the candy factory.
And now I'm trying to remember the character's name in Blood Blockade Battlefront.
I forget his name.
Klaus's butler.
I'm just imagining Blacker now hearing this somehow. Be like, yeah, wave!
Let's make him scream about it as much as possible.
Hey, Blacker, if you're listening, hi. Also, cat on chest.
Yay.
Ah, yes, Gilbert.
Delightful.
Yes. If you haven't seen it, Blood Blockade Battlefront is a very amusing anime series.
Lucky Abrams, his first appearance. That's the only thing I remember of him, or remember of the anime, and that of the OP, or the end credits song.
Yeti, not so much Woodhouse. Woodhouse, they sort of subvert the trope a little bit by making it seem like at some points he could be, and then never actually letting him show off. But Woodhouse from Archer was, in fact, a Batman, and that's how he became the injured service.
And guys, we are going to go just a little bit longer today since Hal doesn't go on till 7.
And I believe Hal said that he might be running a little bit late, but I will actually go and double check that real quick.
Yeah, so in fact, we will just let Hal kick us out at his leisure because I am digging the song and digging hanging out with you guys.
It's sounding pretty good.
It's been a hot minute for me and you guys.
House. There's House.
Don't want to bother any of you guys.
Hey, it's not a bother. Just be like, hey, you want to kick it? We'll kick it.
Doesn't matter if you say it's not a problem. Still feels like it in my mind.
Yeah.
We
and
call,
I'm going to extinguish that.
We call those ants, or automatic negative thoughts. Squish them.
Yep.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
The podcast listening will continue until morale improves. Which is the same thing because I listen to depressing stuff. In happier news, Cat is happy.
Yay! Good.
Excellent. Continue pleasing the cat.
Meow.
I would put my microphone up to him and smack him, as I normally do because he likes it. But my microphone is connected to headset.
Also, not sure you should be telling us some of these things, but
Smacking
here we are.
As in like back slaps. The good slaps, not the
Butt pats. The butt pats.
Yes.
Oh, butt pats. That's different. That's butt pats.
Hello, Digiman.
It's a Digi.
Oh no! It's Digiman of the Black Pants Legion.
Hello.
Please do not sign anyone's butt.
I am currently making people think I am a bad person.
Samurai, you need to give us pictures of Harpo doing this.
Yes.
We require Harpo pics.
Wait, Night Owl, why didn't you tell me? That's Digiman of the Black Pants Legion. Please sign my butt.
Great.
Would you sign my butt with this knife?
I could just hear the hope fading from Night Owl's eyes.
It's okay, I'm already dead inside.
Did you say you have the Division 2?
No, I have the Division 3.
Oh, shit.
Early access on that bitch.
What?
No, I have the
Samurai,
Division.
we will have to make do with that.
Has anyone
him
looked into that new
being all
game that
polite.
came out recently called Tankhead?
Looks interesting. But I have
Tankhead?
not looked at any further into it other than the screenshots.
Yeah.
Hold on. On Steam.
Someone had a thumbnail that said like Armored Core but tanks, but apparently someone beat it in like 2 hours. So I'm like,
You know what? I may be slightly spoiled by the games I've been playing a lot recently. I think the last time I played a game that only took single-digit hours, I complained that I would have been better off buying a candy bar with the money, because it would have lasted longer.
Yeah, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Now, where the hell
Then
did that
again, that was my reminder about what movie tie-in video games tend to end up as.
oh, you should have known that.
There have been a couple good ones, like apparently
Once in a while.
the SpongeBob one was apparently big.
What?
Everybody looks at Storm
What?
Song.
Apparently, people really
What?
remember the SpongeBob video game of like PS2 era.
What?
Battle for Bikini Bottom. I think that's what it's called.
Digiman? These days, a lot more slowly, because dental care in this country, in my country of residence, is not great. But yeah.
And correction, I think it's
Oh,
at least Ted
just
is correct me.
got confirmation from House that he will not be streaming tonight, although there may be someone stepping in to take his place.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yes. Let me look in the Legion here real quick to see what's up there.
I think Tank Head is currently only on Epic.
Ah.
But it looks interesting.
I mean, I'll wait until it pops out on Steam, if ever. So,
You get to drive around in a wheeled tank.
But at the least, House is saying apparently we can keep going until apparently somebody tells us to stop.
Okay.
let's see.
Stop! Please stop!
I don't think that counts.
Oh,
But I will give you, let's see, 600 lira for that.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can buy a pack of gum and get change.
whoa. In this economy?
No. In roughly 1995 Italian economy.
Yes. Yes, Digi. It is, in fact, the famous Mr. No Talk
The very
of
famous
the BPL Auxiliary.
Happy Digs Day.
The one who
That
tortured
takes day.
Paladin via going through a game on the auxiliary broadcast.
Yes.
The Auxlandia broadcast system. Those were the days.
Yes. Well, for me, I'm much happier doing it this way because Diggs gets to run WBPL 76 and I don't have to do any work.
Ah!
Watch, Diggs comes in here and is like, Stormsong, you're now in charge of this thing. No!
No, would
Okay,
be
I
like,
need.
hey, Storm, you're now in charge now. Okay, bye.
What? No!
Oh,
No!
thank you, Stapler.
Also, I love how that version of Diggs, thank you, Diggs. Also, why did you give Diggs George Lucas's voice?
No comment.
Uh-huh. I'm pretty sure that is a comment of some kind. But,
Oh, we're getting a request from, I believe this word.
Desert
yes,
Bell?
a Whirlin wishes to join us.
Yeah, Whirlin, we're in the Aux room, so check in the Aux for where we are.
I am the anchor that makes everyone in the
Oh no,
stay in the
he found us.
Oh my!
We're gonna die!
Ah, run!
You cannot hide from me.
Yes.
I mean, we can
At
try.
least not for long or successfully.
How's he doing?
I am doing well. I just figured I'd come in here real quick and make an announcement so people know what's going on for Christmas Eve.
Ah,
Oh.
was this the thing that Cookie was possibly teasing us with and refusing to elaborate on?
Indeed.
Ooh.
Oh.
Because Cookie is off and because so many folks are out, Cookie and I are taking over from my time until through her normal time. And we're going to do a mini marathon of Cookie and Wookiedom.
Well, now.
Awesome. And when will this
It'll be a
be?
delightful day.
Tuesday. From 10 o'clock Eastern time until around 9
AM?
o'clock Eastern. Yeah, 10 o'clock a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m.
Yes.
Wow. Now that's a marathon.
It is.
I don't think we've had anyone try that since Rob did something really, really crazy.
Yes, well, we're not going to be that crazy, and the two of us are actually going to be swapping out, where we're one
yes,
of us
sensible.
screaming and the other one back and forth. And some things are cooperative, some things are just going to be where one of us is commenting on the other, etc.
Diggs, it only counts if Lictor included his signature in the tattoo. Sorry, well, carry on.
Oh, that's pretty much it. I am going to start it out with some Satisfactory and their Christmas event,
Oh man,
attempting to build the giant Christmas tree.
Christmas spaghetti.
Oh, fancy. That sounds like a whole thing.
And then it's going to go downhill from there.
Going downhill like, it's an easy time, or going downhill like,
I mean, Satisfactory does have hills, so it could be both.
And you
Well,
can
from there,
get some speed on it.
the second thing I think we're doing is Cookie is going to do some ducks. Just the floating chill ducks, and maybe some marble races.
Should people make sure that they have appropriately updated their duck simulating devices?
That may be recommended.
That's good. I just updated mine this morning.
I am not going to promise that, as it is Cookie's decision, and she's going to make the final decision at time of stream.
Fair enough.
As a
I mean, we give Cookie enough reasons to run away screaming and burning all of the bridges available behind her, just so that we can't follow.
She's looking forward to this.
Oh, hey. Some Greek thing.
Okay. So it looks like Zaiku will be coming up after us, so just pay attention for Mr. Zaiku to tell us to scram.
Alright, ignore the chat. Got it.
Yep.
Understood.
Closing
I
the stream
found
on my window.
some Greek bills that my uncle gave me back when I still lived in Germany recently.
And now I can't remember where I just put it.
Note that I recently figured out at the current exchange rate is worth less than 1 cent.
Oh, that's always fun.
It can only go up from here.
That's true. Let's see. Hey, 1 United States centavo.
Tabo.
Yep, United States of America, 1 centavo.
Change topic slightly, or drastically. Does anyone know of any good Terraformer Craft mod packs?
That'd be a Tim question, I feel like.
Yes, Mr. The Grim could tell us.
I definitely can't help you there.
I'm playing Winter Rescue.
Well, I'm going to go back to collecting chicken dinners.
You should do that. Chicken dinners are a good thing to collect.
Because I've got a headshot count going, and I'm over 100 in the first 3 drops.
Excellent.
Nice.
Which, anybody who knows that game, that's pretty dang good.
I'll take your word for it, because I have no idea what game you're talking about.
PUBG.
Ah. Yep, I definitely can't help you there.
Been a long
Did you
time
get that
since I
chicken
played
dinner?
PUBG.
Yeah, I got a chicken dinner already.
Ooh.
I've been playing it since the alpha. So anybody who wants to actually play, let me know. I'm always looking for people to play with.
Actual alpha or when it was only a Arma mod thing?
Actual alpha when they were giving out ones to streamers and their cohorts.
Just curious. Because
I actually played with
any game.
I played competitively with a streamer who actually was the guy who shot a very popular streamer in the head from 200 something yards.
In game. We're talking in game, right?
Yes, in game.
Okay. My brain just
What
was
is
like,
it?
Important little distinction there.
sorry, I'm in the middle of writing music, so like my brain was just like, wait, what?
As expected.
No,
Storm,
this
you
streamer
can have
is not
2,000 lira.
disrespectful
Yay!
in a national stream.
Good. Showing disrespect.
Back when he was still popular. Anyway,
Oh, yeah, I know that meme, Mr. No Talk. It makes me happy.
as I say, anybody wants to play, you know how to find me. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to killing things.
All right.
Good luck. Enjoy the killing. Oh, right. Five, 7. Yep. Still 7 marks. Oh, yeah, they won't accept that. Well, not at the same time, anyway.
You know, I decided to go and click on my Steam replay. Somehow, BattleTech was still able to eclipse Helldivers 2
Ooh,
for my most played game.
I should do that.
I mean, there's also something to be said for historical staying power.
Yeah, but I feel like I played a lot of Helldivers this year.
Well, yeah. But you also have to think about that as maybe starting how many individual matches versus the length of a match.
Good point.
Because Helldivers is very, open and shut when you're done with it.
On the diver, little dot dot diddle diddle diddle. Don't you know what I mean? Jump, jump.
Ride the tiger, you can see his stripes, but you know he's mean. Some light can never be seen. Anyways, now that we're done with that Black Sabbath moment, back to Christmas.
That was not Black Sabbath.
Oh, yeah, Dio, sorry. My brain is slow right now. Although it really is sinful for me as a metalhead to mix that one up right there, so I'm gonna
honestly, yeah,
I'm gonna beat myself violently.
As you should.
So speaking of people who beat themselves violently, Andy, do you have any suggestions?
It depends. You can either use the regular end of a belt or the buckle end of the belt.
Ooh, that sounds sharp.
You could go classic and do Cat of Nine Tails.
Exotic even.
You get you some nylon rope and like flay the ends a bit.
And this is the time for somebody new to come into stream and be like, the fuck are you guys talking about?
Come on.
The fuck did
Come
you
on.
say?
Chat, don't disappoint. Chat, you are disappointing. Come on.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Good work, No Talk.
Good. You're welcome. There we go.
I aim to please.
Yeah, really would like to get like off the stage to go to the thing back. Oh, I thought of a funny like cartoon skit. Storm, if you'll entertain me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm streaming. I'm the one who's supposed to be entertaining.
So you've got like this cartoon wolf, and he steals some stuff, and he goes into his hideout, and he's sitting there looking at the stuff he stole, and all of a sudden the door bursts in, and you see Droopy like walk in, but it does that when he walks, and he's got the Judge Dredd head on or helmet on. He looks at the camera and he goes, "I am the law." Or actually, I want to ask, which do you think would be more funny? Him saying that, or, "You know what? I am the law." I mean, I think it's funnier if he just straight up says it, you know, instead of having to say, you know what?
I mean, it depends on what you're going for exactly, but yeah.
Might need to get Crispy to draw. Hey, Crispy, can you draw me Droopy with the Judge Dredd helmet on?
I forgot I actually played Nebulous Fleet Command.
Yes.
Evening load.
Let's see though.
So for the audience, I'm adding cello now to kind of even out the high bells and harp that's going on here. And also make it so that the guitar shift is more natural. Hey there, Load.
Yeah.
Hello.
Look at that. People coming into chat and talking to us.
Talking. Imagine that.
That's just madness.
disgusting. Oh,
I mean, who does that, honestly?
Yeah,
Right up
fuck
there with
people who
throwing
talk.
shoes.
you should be praising the meat.
What?
All hail the great meat cube. Oh,
No meat, only schmeat.
Schmeat.
I mean, are we,
That's something
are we
that Dr.
making
Seuss character makes?
Yes.
are we making another deli counter obelisk of mankind's folly?
Okay, that was a wonderful description.
Storm, since you seem to know many things,
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
why am I holding, let's see, 10 shillings from 2 different countries and 4 different heads of state?
Probably because titles of currency would transfer with intermarriage of families.
When did the Austrians and the English intermarry?
Well, the Austrians had a large Saxon population that had immigrated during the course of the various expansions of the Holy Roman Empire. And there was a close relation between the Saxons and the, what would you call it, the Hanoverians, so that might link them to the Orange Line. I also think, like, was it Queen Victoria? Somebody married in.
Queen Victoria married Albert.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember if she
who?
was German or Austrian. Werlin is saying it was Victoria, okay. Well, I mean, don't take me in Werlin's word for it, look it up, but...
Good point, Samurai. That is a very good point. And yes, these are all, let's see, that's George VI, and that's Elizabeth II. Very young Elizabeth II.
Now you said George VI, but now I just want to sing Henry VIII.
I do not have anything with Henry VIII's head on it. That would be worth a lot more. And I'd probably fund the station for another decade with that. And let's see, I've got Edward VII, George VI, and Elizabeth II. Don't think I can help you with anything earlier than that. Well, nothing English anyway.
It's alright, it's alright.
Okay, so it looks like we have about 20 3 minutes left based on what Zaiku said, so I think we'll get everything but the percussion done.
Quickly speedrun the music.
I don't think anyone wants to hear grindcore.
Do us the
I
grace and do
mean,
drugs.
we could, but I don't think we want to. Oh, hey. Money that would be worth even less than the metal it's coined on. That's always nice.
I mean, everything's worth something to someone, but is it worth looking for them?
I mean, if you know anyone who is really, really into the early Weimar Republic,
Oh,
I guess.
that's cool, actually.
It's 50 Pfennigs from 1920.
I should get my foreign currency bag out.
Yeah,
I got some money from before Operation Iraqi Freedom. I have some Korean stuff in there.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, I've got something from the Bank of Korea from 1971.
That's cool.
The rest is and aside from the number 10, everything else is in Korean, so I can't read it. Got a nice little sort of pagoda tower design on the other side. It's a nice looking, well designed coin at least. Although it doesn't have the crimped edges, so then again looks like probably some sort of copper alloy, so not really worth any of the usual tricks with that, shaving it down.
I was about to say I don't have any international money, but then I remembered the wallet of money that my great-grandpa had from his time at the war.
I know a guy with some gnarly teeth that might be interested in that copper.
Yeah. No, I've got better uses for this copper. And no, he also cannot have all of my spools of cable.
But he really likes to chew on them.
Yeah, but I've got enough. I've got my own chewing to do.
He said he might want to get the pipes in your walls too. Watch out.
Nope, those are all lead, sorry.
Ooh, he
But
likes
at
to
least
lick
sweet.
those.
Well, he can't have them because then the historic district gets mad.
He says he knows how to take care of them, but I don't understand what he means. Oh, wait, he pulled out his membership card. Okay.
And let's see, what's that?
Andy, that's not a membership card.
Wait a minute. This is a library card with just crayons scribbled all over it.
It says I can do what I want.
I mean, if it says it, it must be true, right?
Exactly.
Not gonna say certain names.
Let's see, technically that should go in a different bag. Oh. What did I do with all those Belgian coins? Ah well, I'll put it right next to the Yugoslavian ones.
Goes into the garbage.
I mean, some of the tin ones have held up surprisingly well.
How does tin taste?
Tinny?
Kind of like aluminum foil.
Delightful.
It's not as bad as copper. Or brass.
Is that an actual flavor, or is that just like a current being formed?
Which one?
Like licking metal? I know I'm sounding
I
like a
mean,
weird
so
dumbass,
it depends. It depends on the type of metal. There are certain certain metals where your saliva will actually prompt a galvanic skin response. Because they are, that's especially if you are dealing with two dissimilar metals or a alloy of some kind that reacts. However, the flavor of pennies or copper or most copper alloys is actually because of the antibacterial or bactericidal action of copper, which, like silver, actually disrupts the cell membrane and causes it to break down.
Oh, so like
So that smell that you associate with like old pennies is actually bacteria and dead skin cells being broken down and dissolved by the copper.
Ah. The more you know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sometimes you ask dumb questions and get smart answers.
There's no such thing as a dumb question, only dumb answer or dumb actions.
Whereas tin and aluminum don't really. I mean, they are very chemically reactive in certain ways. I mean, aluminum corrodes like nobody's business just when exposed to air. However, like the flavor when you like accidentally bite a piece of tin or aluminum foil when you're eating a sandwich or whatever, that is just the flavor of the metal itself.
Interesting.
You are not. It's not any like special compound or doing anything weird with your saliva. Or, I mean, it does because of the texture and the malleability of the metal. It will create a physical sensation, but that's you literally biting through a very, very thin layer of semi-malleable metal. If you bite harder metals, you will either have the sensation of, well, pretty much what happens anytime you bite down really hard on something that is harder than your teeth, which is generally, chipping your teeth. Whereas if you bite on a less malleable but still softer than your teeth metal, like gold, like you'll see in old movies, that you can actually feel your teeth sinking in, not like if you're biting into something soft like, say, meat or bread or some other soft food, but you can actually feel it giving very slightly as you bite into it.
I was gonna say, like, there used to be like cartoons and stuff where people would bite a coin or something like that to see if it was real or not.
Yeah, and that is a legitimate, if not terribly hygienic, way of checking whether or not the coin that you received is, in fact, actual gold instead of pyrite or brass or some sort of plated base metal.
There were also, I forget the actual name, but it's like a rock that you get to scratch with whatever metal on it, and it can tell you what metal it is. Actually,
I mean, there's a few of those. You might be thinking of a scratch palette.
Yes.
Which is a ceramic. Basically, it's a ceramic tile that you scrape a sample stone or metallic ore or even refined metal on, and based on the streaks and marks it leaves behind, if you know what you're doing or you have a good reference guide, you can tell with a reasonable degree of accuracy what the at least primary mineral content is. There's another name for it. I'm forgetting what it is, but it was actually brought up in the point-and-click adventure that Pro and Mecca have been playing over on the Courtesy Flush recently.
I hate to interrupt you, but hey, Stormfront, how much time we got left?
About 10 minutes.
before we go, you
yeah, I
want to
should
give us
double
a
check
listen
with.
to what you got so far?
Yeah. Okay, so
Maybe
me-
not, you know, if you know.
yeah, and let me apply a little something as to sort of what inspired this song.
And before we go on any further, hydrate and gyrate.
Yep.
Right, water break covered. What was the gyrate?
Hydrate and gyrate.
Group of friends years ago found a like very small streamer that this is like over 5 years ago, where he would just dance and
Okay.
he would say hydrate and gyrate.
All right.
That just
I was just checking whether or not I missed another redeem. Which
Yep. So we're going to try to
Just a lot.
implicate a vocal sample and see if it works, but obviously we don't have time for me to do all the trimming, but we'll just see. Anyways, let's go with what I have here.
$40,000 for charity. I will see you through the rest of the Christmas dump. More shenanigans to follow. More podcast, more everything to follow. But for now, I need to go rest my voice. Thank you so. God bless you all. And may your next year be full of magnificent shitposts, joy, and mayhem. Until next time, hail Caragonia. Miners don't die.
That's pretty good, man.
Now I'm
Hell
just
yeah.
trying to...
Thank you so much. God bless you all. And may your next year be full of magnificent shitposts, joy, and mayhem. Until next time, hail Caragonia. Miners don't die. Cargo techs move freight.
So somewhere
very
like
nice.
Where's my lighter?
Yeah, I wanted to
No,
say the same thing.
that's pretty good right there.
Pretty
yeah,
good.
I'll still have to do a little more effect, but the song is effectively written. I just have a few more things to add and twist and so forth. But yes, so as we are closing up near the end of time, because, and frankly, I'll just be starting on another section and keep going until Zaiku runs in here and smacks me in the face. I do really want to echo Tex's word. This community does a lot for people. We all know someone who's been lost to cancer, other severe illnesses. Worst of all, children. So thank you again for all of you that donated, everyone who supports WBPL 76, who supports the Black Pants Legion, and all of our shenanigans. You are the people that made $41,000 happen, when this same time last year, we only had just scraped above 20,000. And That's important. That's what Christmas, Hanukkah, these things are about. So, without further ado, gentlemen, anything to say before we go?
Just that I hope that everyone in the aux, the BPL, or just the random people that somehow stumble onto this batshit insane podcasty whatever the hell this thing is, I hope you have a good holiday of your choosing and a good New Year.
Anything else from the others before we go?
All I have to say is
Oh yeah, he's Mr. No Talk. Anything
you
from you,
did you end
Paladin?
the stream?
No,
Did
not
you end the
yet.
stream? Oh,
Not
damn
yet.
it.
I have closing thoughts before I go.
That was your cue.
No. You're
Anyway.
not everything here.
Lol.
That's how
Okay.
I end my streams.
Yeah, and this isn't your stream.
All right, we're losing the
You're
Christmas
part of the
magic.
stream.
Quickly, reel it in, Paladin. Andy?
Okay. Have a happy holidays.
And remember, during these cold times is the best time to help somebody else keep warm.
Indeed.
Yes.
Praise Zord.
Did Andy actually say something coherent and reasonable?
Why? It's a Christmas
I'll
miracle.
try not. I won't make a habit of it.
Well, anyways, thank you guys for being on here with
Quick,
me.
end the stream before he ruins it.
Yeah, thank you all for coming. Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, and God bless us, everyone.
Take care, all.
God bless us, everyone. I accidentally left the chat rather than stopping the stream. Damn!